Guys, breaking news. Kamala Harris just made a complete fool of herself on national television, with some people even saying that she is the D word, drunk, which is absolutely wild, and we will definitely talk about it. But before we do watch her completely crash out with Stephen Colbert, look at what just happened this morning. The Corporation of Public Broadcasting, which has historically funded NPR and PBS, is shutting down, closing its doors for good because of President Trump's big beautiful bill. So let's go ahead and talk about this and more. Also, if you think conversations like this matter and are interesting, please consider liking and subscribing. Also, guys, we just hit 50,000 subscribers. That is so amazing. Thank you so much for wanting to be part of this journey. I just want to thank you. Words can't describe it. All right, now let's jump right in. So check this out. The Corporation for Public Broadcasting, which has funded NPR and PBS, says it will shut down after Congress cuts the money. The subtitle reads, the announcement comes less than a month after Congress passed a package of spending cuts, which included stripping $1.1 billion in funding. $1.1 billion in funding. Not only is that just a completely just unbelievable number, here's my thing. If your business collapses the second the government stops writing checks, you're not a business. You're taxpayer funded. So you should be acting like it. You should at least represent the taxpayer. That's the problem. You shouldn't just be pushing the liberal agenda. It is ridiculous. And I also don't think that's controversial to say. I will add this for context, though, because I do think this is important. According to NPR, federal funding makes up about 1% of their revenue. But, and this is a big but, although they only make 1% of their revenue from the government, the stations that support NPR by purchasing the rights to use their shows make up 30% of their funding. And this is where things get a little bit complicated, because those stations who purchase those rights, they receive about 13% on average of their funding from the Corporation of Public Broadcasting, which is shutting down. Absolutely insane. So who knows what's going to happen in the future, but there will be some undeniable shakeups. All right. And if you are tired of consuming the elite liberal agenda from NPR, PBS, this might be some good news for you. But here is a couple clips of Kamala Harris completely losing it, slurring, talking about how people are listening to your private conversations whenever you're on a train through your AirPods, which I thought was very interesting. Also, this sounds like a joke, but no, she literally talks about this in this clip, which is just amazing, I think. But check this out. Kamala Harris, our former vice president. Check it out.
I rolled calls, and that's me on a call. So you'll see my phone is actually on my lap, and you know, I know I've been teased about this, but I like these kinds of earpods that have the thing, yeah. Because I've served on the Senate Intelligence Committee. I have been in classified briefings, and I'm telling you, like, don't be on the train using your earpods and thinking somebody can't listen to your conversation. I'm just telling you, that's a little bit more secure.
So, you know, lover or hater, I do think this woman is an entertainer, and I think her laugh is just so interesting. But some people are saying that she is wasted here. I saw this from Eric Daugherty. He says Kamala Harris got absolutely hammered, wasted, and then went on Stephen Colbert in a last-minute bid to boost his ratings and save his show. It got ugly. All right, you tell me what you think.
I mean, there's a lot of personal stuff in the book. I mean, poor Dougie.
Yeah. You're blowing the lid off of Doug? What's going on?
For example, my birthday's in October. The election's in November. You see where I'm going. And Dougie kind of dropped the ball on my big birthday.
He didn't get you anything?
Oh, you have to read the book.
All right. Just tell me the page. Tell me the page.
Also, could I just say this? I totally called this. After Kamala Harris had lost in November, I looked dead in the camera here and I said Kamala Harris is going to write a book and she's going to make millions and millions of dollars from it. So fast forward, it being August, it's also my birthday month, which is exciting. But fast forward to August, this book is written and it's ready to be read. I think that is interesting. All right. And if you haven't heard, Kamala Harris is writing, she's already written this book. and I believe it's ready to be pre-ordered. Check it out. It is called Spending 1.2 billion and Still Losing. Oh wait, that's not right. Sorry. That's one of those fake images that I made. Also, follow me on X, because why not? This is the actual book. Kamala Harris says she's writing a book about the shortest presidential campaign in modern history. The actual name is called 107 Days. All right, very interesting. Maybe we should start a book club where we just read this book. Wouldn't that be cool? All right, it does look like an interesting read, to say the least. And here's the final clip of Kamala Harris losing it, because, and this my problem with this clip is she's talking about the system being broken, and I'm like, ma'am, you were the system. What are you talking about? Check this.
When I was a young in my career, I had to defend my decision to become a prosecutor with my family. And one of the points that I made is, why is it then when we think we want to improve a system or change it, that we're always on the outside on bended knee or trying to break down the door? Shouldn't we also be inside the system? And that has been my career. And recently I made the decision that for now, I don't want to go back in the system. I think it's broken. I think there's so much, there are so many good people who are public servants, who do such good work, teachers and firefighters and police officers and nurses and scientists. And so it's not about them, but, I believe, and I always believed, that as fragile as our democracy is, our systems would be strong enough to defend our most fundamental principles. And I think right now that they're not as strong as they need to be. And I just don't want to, for now, I don't want to go back in the system. I want to travel the country. I want to listen to people. I want to talk with people. And I don't want it to be transactional where I'm asking for their vote.
Scientists. That is hilarious. Democrats, they love science until you ask them what a woman is. And then their entire argument just collapses on top of itself. Because you can't be for science while also pretending that human biology is somehow offensive, or that chromosomes like XX and XY are only suggestions. And what's up with all this system is broken nonsense? Ma'am, you were the vice president for 4 years. You are the system. It is absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, she is gearing up to run in 2028, and I think that's a great idea. All right, I do. Anyways, that is the video, and I'd love to know what you think about all this, from conversations with Kamala Harris to her new book to PBS and NPR and the nightmare road that lies ahead for them. You tell me, what do you agree with? What do you disagree with? And do you think Kamala Harris was a little bit tipsy whenever she was on with Stephen Colbert? All right, you tell me, and I will see you on next time. Thank you so much. If you made it this far, please consider liking and subscribing, and hope you have a great rest of your day. Episode's over already? Geez, that was fast. Well, they say beautiful things do not last forever, but feel free to watch and listen to another one of these episodes if you're interested in those conversations as well. Also, this next part is huge. Make sure to obliterate that like and subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never skip a beat. I also have a newsletter where we dive into the news, politics, and ideas that shape our future. If you're interested in signing up, I'd really appreciate that. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time.